what I wanted to add in the end is that the question is, will we make it through? Now, will we pass this barrier, this fifth level, and go into the higher dimensions? Now, the thing is, like I said, these things happen in the past and history repeats itself. And in the past, these people who are a minority have decided to hit the reset button, but they've managed to stay in the loop. And they've done it through many ways. And some are very violent, unfortunately. Some included major wars. Some included things in which they have caused so much trauma to the collective human consciousness, in which we fell down a few stages, because trauma can hurt people individually, but collective trauma can make people question everything. And then they go back to a lower form of living in which they go back to being more defensive, more selfish, more thinking of themselves because of a certain incident or act of violence that happened, in which we lose the faith in each other and lose the faith in humanity. Now, this is my own projection, of course, in my opinion, but I feel that if any point in time in the future, a nuclear holocaust does break out and something happens, it would not be because of politics. It would not be because of some crazy dictator who decided, I'm going to fire these missiles. It won't be because of that. It will be because this small group of people who are controlling the world and the system, when they come to a point of desperation in which they feel that they will lose control and that human consciousness has risen to such a high level in which the system becomes obsolete and we can become fully self-sustainable and self-reliable and we become off-grid, this is when they will pull the trigger, because they know they can survive. This is why they have the bunkers. This is why they have everything. They need to survive such an outblast. And this is why, renewable energy, self-sustainability, sharing, just living off-grid. Anyone who attacks central banking system, anyone who attacks the system that which we live in, and anyone who wants to go for renewable energy and sustainable energy and free energy is always attacked and ridiculed and stopped and forced out of it and threatened in many ways. So this is why, because even the what's it called? I forgot the word. Deproliferation of nuclear weapons is something that cannot be discussed. It cannot be discussed because there are certain countries in the world that have nuclear weapons, and only them, and it's exclusive to them, because the small group of people want to keep it for themselves and they want to use it when it's only ultimately necessary. And that is when our human consciousness comes to a level in which we want to tear the wall down. And this is where, we don't need your education, we don't need your thought control, you don't need your brainwashing. We're going to tear the wall down whether you like it or not. And we are going to raise as a collective to live together in peace and harmony without the necessity of money and power and politics and economics and all this make-believe constructs and these imaginary borders that you put to separate us, these religions that you are manipulating and abusing, and you're creating violence from, and you're saying you're trying to portray certain religions as violent and aggressive, and then you dictate and you have infiltrated other religions to, corrupt people, unfortunately. Whereas in truth, in all essence, all religions are beautiful and all humanity is beautiful. All thoughts of humanity, all inventions and creations of all mankind, they're just all pure and beautiful. But